have a free kick. Nunez floats it in. A chance here, the right side. Halike, will he take it? What a goal! Halike! Beautiful shot there, Jing.
Incredible, John Lloyd Halike. Kaya natin siya minamark as a player to watch. Sensational strike. And that is our open.
Beautiful play here, and then Halike on the other side. Great chance. And is it a goal? It is.
Guys, we're gonna need this entire sequence of play. What an amazing goal mula sa Tuloy FC. 4-5 players Diaz took out, got it to Halike. Another great sequence of play before control. Cyril South.
Here at the left side, Tuloy floats it in the middle. A chance here. Ooh, just hits across. Ooh, what a goal again for Tuloy FC.
That'll seal the 3 points for Tuloy. Second opportunity, no mistake from that right side.
Liddell. Fati. Just slowing down a bit now. And Paulos. Still getting it, despite of the pressure. It's over to Rico Andes now. And just like that, against all odds, Rico Andes. Just at the death. It was Stallion dictating for 95 minutes. 40 seconds past the allotted time here. It's Rico to the rescue.
Meliton Pelayo had already had a look at his watch. This was the...
To reset though because of the pressure. And Barley got to thread the needle. The cross. Keeping it in, cutting it back. Mike Asom super save. It's still on here though. Here's the shot again. Asom! But they buried it here. 1-0 for Digger. It looks like it's Chima amidst the chaos.
And that's what you love to see with Uzoka. He finds that calm in the chaos, finds that little pathway for that ball, and just tips it in expertly. No missing that.
We never felt he lost it. Got injured, but back after some time. There you go now. Close, and it's confirmed here. The equalizer, and if you are Digger, teka, home run mo na daw yan. And it is for Babukar Torre. And if you were Digger, you could say it's about time because they were on the attack pretty much for most of the game.
Well, it really was a very chance ball. You could see there that header was meant to come in, but it was blocked by two bodies. It had to take another kick coming from Toure to really cement that in. Panigo that we're taking, especially if we're considering expanding further as well. And right now, 11 teams, so...
Whipped in, very dangerous, not over yet. There you go, just like that. You call that a team goal nonetheless from the superheroes of Manila Digger.
Well, that certainly was a well-earned goal there. Everybody wanted to get that ball into the back of the net. Heads flying, you could see everybody trying to grab that ball.
After all, you look at the top scorers, the top playmakers from last season, most of them Manila Digger players. Here's a look. I'm sure we can identify the goal scorer dito sa quad cam natin.
The delivery in. Konting kaguluhan pa. Header from, I think that was Guy Usman.
Let's hold on.
No.
It's number 15, yes. That's Usman Guy, you're right. He would get his opportunities here and there. He did score his inaugural PFL goal already, though. That was while with the Gentle Giants.
Ooh!
Open goal, though!
No.
Game, set, match! There you go. What we mentioned earlier. And now it's Usman Guy with the goal. We were thinking earlier, right, and trying to confirm if it was Modu Juf who scored one of the goals earlier. Or if it's Moto Jupe or Usman Kai, well, rightfully now, Usman Kai gets one for himself.
Well, we have been denying him his goal from the get.
For Manila Digger, there'll be a +8. Shot taken low off of Sea Dog.
Ooh!
There! That's a lifeline nonetheless, despite of what we just said.
Well, they have the next 30 seconds, and whatever mercy the referee would give them.
It was a goal amidst the chaos, just like the previous ones. In this matchup, 3-2.
Mike Ott.
Yamazaki goes in towards Ott. He's there again. 1-0 to Kaya FC Iloilo. And Ott made that look so easy. Chesting down that pass from Yamazaki. And he slots it into the far corner with his weaker foot.
And Mike.
Sent in. It's a very high one. Met by Muenz. It's a mess. And from that mess, Martini Ray takes advantage and makes it 2-0 to Kaya FC Iloilo. Mendiola just couldn't clear their lines in that play. And just 18 minutes in, they're down 2-0.
Martini Ray gets himself on the score.
Going to be coming on after all of that. Here's Raven. Oh, good play. Raven with the cross. It's going to be met by Angeles, and that's 3-0. Valenzuela, PB Mendiola down to 10 for the time being. And Kaya take advantage of it with a header from Angeles. Good work from the defender in Raven to manufacture that cross.
Raven.
Ball is sent in. It's met by Yamazaki. And it's picked up by Raven, and they'll start a counterattack. Here's Ott. Basindanan. Man over, it's Ott through on goal. Can he get his second of the match? Cuts inside and gets his second goal. Brilliant from Ott. Look how easy he makes it look. Drops a defender with a fake shot and finds the far corner. Absolutely no chance for Etheridge in that play. And just like that, it's 4-0 to Kaya FC Iloilo.
Kaya FC on that quick transition.
Here is Ott. Combining with Bugas. Crossing opportunity. There's Ray in the box. Bugas cuts inside. Delays the cross. Good footwork. Cross is sent in, and it's going to be met by Basindanan. And it curled from out to in. And it's 5-0 in the first half. What a volley.
Basindanan, just a few minutes, 2 minutes ago rather, gave that assist to Mike Ott and eventually gets one for himself.
Back to Ray, good play from Kaya. Thoffner down the wing. Early cross, it's going to be met by, looks like handball, but Basindanan takes a shot. And just like that, 5 minutes into the second half, it's 6-0. Another for Sherwin Basindanan. Valenzuela, PB Mendiola unable to defend that cross from Thoffner. And yeah, it's 6-0.
Kaya FC Iloilo just picking up where they left off from the first half.
Bouncing around, picked up by Muenz. Is this another counter-attacking opportunity? They scored from one in the first half. Bedic is through. In behind, no offside because he was in his own half. It's going to be picked up by Basindanan. Hat-trick for Basindanan. Another counter-attack. They scored a similar one in the first half. Clinical as ever from Kaya FC Iloilo. And it's now 7-0.
You just have to love that confidence coming in from Basindanan. Again, Kaya FC Iloilo.
For Kaya. But again, they're in no rush given the scoreline. Still Angeles. Lucas Del Rosario to Bedic. Shoots! There you have it, 8-0. And Joven Bedic, after trying multiple times, finally gets his goal off the bench.
Kaya FC Iloilo. Doesn't matter if they're 11 on the pitch or 10.
Oh, that's a mistake. Here's Reichelt. Want to gig up numbers here. Reichelt has Aldeguer outside. Aldeguer, will he go for the shot? Goes for the cutback. Oh, it's an own goal. How unfortunate for Aguilas Lumac FC. That's Clarino who suffered the own goal. And one Taguig FC, after a quite even battle between the two teams, take the go-ahead goal. Andres Aldeguer, while he didn't get the goal, he will take the most credit for that play. He is the one celebrating on your tag. Any saving to do yet so far? So on that, oh, that is a very high boot. Sato is down. No foul was called by the referee. As I was saying, Kupic has not yet been tested by Agi. Oh, Reichelt is through on goal. To double the advantage, Reichelt unselfish, and that's going to be the easiest goal of his career for Isaac Aguema. Patrick Reichelt, usually known as a goal scorer, turns provider here for Isaac Aguema, and it's 2-0 to 1 Taguig FC.
Quality work all around the pitch. Valiant effort from 1 Taguig FC. Again, taking advantage, pouncing on the mistake.
Oh, and he made that so easy, slotting it into the corner with another goal in the PFL.
So 2 games, 2 goals for Patrick Reichelt. That's UMAC FC.
Look at that stutter step. I think that stutter step just committed the goalkeeper, and he slots it the other way. Again, this penalty might have been a little bit of a non-bear.
We have a free kick. Nunez floats it in.
Check, check, I check. Tuloy FC is entering this match 4th place at the league table, while Stallion Laguna is down at 8th. On paper, Tuloy does look stronger in the standings, but as we all know, form and momentum can instantly flip a game. Good evening, everyone. This is the Philippines Football League 2025 to 2026, and right now this is match number 2 with Tuloy FC versus Stallion Laguna FC. And tonight, I'm your commentator, Alex Lagman, and beside me, your analyst is Filipina international footballer Natasha Alquiros Deito. Natasha, can you let me know your thoughts with Tuloy FC, especially their previous game against Corelli?
So Tuloy FC, for this matchup, it's going to be their 3rd. They lost their opening match to Maharlika, but they quickly bounced back. An emphatic win against Corelli, winning 3-0 in the 2 games that they've played so far. You know that they're capable of racking up and scoring those goals, but they will definitely be tested today against a team like Stallion Laguna FC.
Yes, and for you, who are the players here to watch out for? Of course, we've got John Lloyd Halique scoring 2 goals, 11th minute and then the 41st minute. Who else do you think would make an impact in this game?
When it comes to the attacking players, of course, you have Halique, Diaz, and Saud. And for in this match, when you take a look at the match schedules of Tuloy, things get harder and harder in terms of the games that they'll be playing. Like Stallion Laguna,
Yes, Tasha, and one of the things that we can really say about Tuloy FC is their philosophy, because their game plan is always so consistent. Can you differentiate Tuloy for us?
So the thing with Tuloy is that, as we all know, they are an all-Filipino squad. As we take a look at, of course, their first 11, which we'll break down later on, this team is all about consistency and building on their very young football program. This team has played together in the Tuloy Invitational leading up to this PFL tournament, and the player to watch on your screen is Michael Antillo Jr., who played a fantastic role in their game against Garelli. It was crucial with all the saves that he made in that game to make sure that Tuloy got that clean sheet and that boost of confidence to their attack. And he's gonna be really tested today against Stallion Laguna, who are very hungry to score goals.
Good evening, everyone. So yung preparation namin for this game, especially we are facing one of the top teams in the Philippines, which is the Stallion. So the preparation is we are trying to play more ground ball as much as possible, especially our players are too small, then we play against the taller player. And also the expectation, what is the expectation for this game? Yeah, as you can see, the Stallion, they will try to press us. So we need to be careful on that situation and think, especially in the defending third, no more risk. That's all.
I'd have to agree with that, Tasha, no? Given the physicality and also the height, there really is a difference. And I feel like Stallion would be banking on that aggressiveness, that branding that they're really known for. How about Stallion Laguna, Natasha? What are your thoughts on their performance, especially after Dynamic Herb Cebu? That late drama.
It's been heartbreaking so far for Stallion Laguna. They had 2 games and they've only gotten 1 point. They could have gotten the maximum of 6, but they dropped points because they gave away the games towards the very end of the match, allowing the opponents, Manila Digger, to get in late in the game, and that was a 1-1. And against Cebu, they controlled majority of the game. They weren't very clinical with their finishing, so they're definitely going to put on their shooting boots tonight, because what Stallion Laguna need is to make sure that they get those goals and to finally get those wins. They are a top caliber team. They're usually in the top half of the league, of the table, and they have to prove it here today. They had 2 tough fixtures. As we said, 1-1 against Manila Digger. They lost to Cebu. And after that, they're going to have 2 back-to-back games between Tuloy and Mendiola before going against the defending champions. And they have to make sure that they do not drop any more points in this matchup.
Yes, Tasha, like you said, there are a lot of quality players in here. And I'd like to know, who among these very talented group of athletes would you say gives that most impact for Stallion Laguna FC?
More of the caliber of the players, especially the likes of Ivanovsky, Galiana, Kedman up on top. You're really going to be looking to your attacking players to find the back of the net. We've seen that Landreth has been really good as a goalkeeper for their side, but now all the pressure is going to be on the likes of Ivanovsky to really prove himself again for the side of Stallion, to make sure that they get those goals. In 2 games so far, they've only scored 1 goal, care of Diallo.
And again, that's a lot of pressure for these attackers. And of course, it's a testament towards the coach's guidance. But right now, let's head on over to Stallion Laguna FC's coach, Coach Ernie Nieras, to discuss further about their strategies right now. Because I feel like, Tasha, you can attest to this. There has been no fixed lineup so far. It's purely experimental, and I'd say earlier on in this season, we can really tell that we're up for something unexpected. So now let's head on over to Coach Ernie.
Well, we have to win. It's plain and simple. You know, it's we're to a point now in the season where every game is very important. So we have to do whatever we have to do to win a match. Okay, so whatever we have to do playing wise, adjustments that we have to do based on last week's game, then we've been training and preparing for everything. So right now, that's all we have to do. It's as simple as that. There's nothing more important than winning this game today.
And I just love that kind of mindset from Coach Ernie. Talagang scrap everything off and make sure that the main objective is really to get that win each and every single time. Now, given this stark contrast, I feel like it's very refreshing to see because previously Stallion Laguna faced, I would say, their mirror. Because they're both aggressive with Dynamic Group Cebu, but right now there's a difference in the style of play. What would you say is the difference in their philosophies for these two teams?
For Tuloy, their team, of course, want to keep the ball down on the ground. They love to keep possession. They build up on a philosophy and they try to implement it in all parts of the pitch. They are an all-Filipino squad. For the side of Stallion Laguna, they make the most with really injecting in new players almost every year, every season to the Stallion Laguna side, adding in more foreigners. They always play with the maximum number of foreigners to really use those players to help elevate their style of play. And today it's definitely going to be tested. Both teams will want
PFL and will be back after the march in. What an exciting matchup today. Tuloy FC, actually one of the youngest squads in the league with an average of just 20-year-olds up against a more experienced Stallion Laguna. It's fresh legs versus veteran savvy. And it's such an exciting match to see. It's the season versus the energy of these young bloods.
And let's take a look at the first 11 of Tuloy Football Club, Tuloy FC, playing in that 4-4-2. No changes for the side of Coach Taketomo Suzuki. Antilo on goal. The backline of Capistrano, De Garcia, South, and Uracoy. The holding midfielders in Gamboa and Nunez. On the left is Diaz. On the right is the other brother, Cyril South. And up on top is Halike and Lupango. So no changes for them. They love to build on that stability. They already know their preferred 11. every single game. It's been the same 11 for the last 3 outings. And for the side of Stallion Laguna, a team that are still trying to figure out their preferred 11. 5 changes for the side of Stallion. Macmillan, Farias, Sandra, Vasquez, and Ivanovsky get the start in this game. Landreth is the goalkeeper. The backline of Nieras, Villarreal, Pride, and Macmillan. Holding midfielder in Farias. Attacking midfielders in Vasquez and Sandra. On the left is Kedman. On the right, Ivanovsky. And up on top is Kalyana.
Again, your commentator for tonight is me, Alex Lagman, and our analyst, Filipina international footballer Natasha Alguros Deito. Again, this is the Philippines Football League 2025 to 2026. This is Tuloy FC and their blue kits, and Stallion Laguna FC and their pink and white kits. And with that, kickoff starts. Right now, it is in possession of Tuloy. Stallion Laguna FC very much pressuring Tuloy, going all the way up. Now with that clearance, goes straight to Stallion, but Tuloy was quick to regain that possession. Tuloy putting the ball in the middle, now switching. Back again. Now this time to the flanks, looking to get across. Bit of 1-2 action. Making the defense of Stallion work. There goes that cross, but easily collected by the keeper.
You gotta love that fluidity that Tuloy bring to the match. Switch of movement, Halike, Sao, Diaz, all working together. So good at winning back possession.
The consistency, very in line with the branding of Tuloy FC. Right now, very patient, just switching sides, passing it from each other there back towards the back four.
Stallion Laguna doing well, putting on that high press. You know that Tuloy like to keep possession even at the back. By putting on that pressure, forcing them to make mistakes.
This time, Stallion find themselves in the half of Tuloy, but then it goes outside. Just seconds ago, we can see that Tuloy opts for that clearance, for that safety. But another thing that they should factor in is the height advantage that Stallion has.
We all know that when Tuloy was scored against, it was through set piece opportunity. So let's see how they deal with the set piece, the corner from Stallion Laguna.
It's a mid-high kick, but a clearance, no threat there. Another thing to mention is set pieces. It's one of the biggest chances that you can have for a goal. And which also means that you have to defend like and it's inside the box. Lots of blues inside. Cleared by the Tuloy keeper. They keep it in. Still in possession of Stallion. Bit by bit, they find themselves inside the box. Lots of trust towards their keeper. There goes that clearance. And a risky pass there, passing it to the keeper, but in front is a Stallion forward. You can really tell these first few minutes in this first half, a very high press coming from Stallion. And if they keep this up, their chances of scoring is higher. And there goes that cross, but it's easily cleared by the keeper.
Landreth having to go off his line to be able to clear that one.
Kedman, and a close one. Kedman been making problems for the backline of Tuloy.
Kedman keeping the ball on that left-hand side and able to find Galiana inside the box.
Stallion penetrating in the half, Kedman. And that's an offside for Galiana.
Only been 4 minutes in, but you already feel that this is gonna be a very open and exciting game, especially Laguna playing up high, pressing quickly the back line, making them vulnerable on the quick counters. So you feel that it's gonna be an open game for both teams.
I'd have to agree with you when it comes to that vulnerable aspect. Because they're not afraid to give it back towards their keeper, pero nakaabang ang mga forwards, and with just one wrong move, that's such a deadly situation to be in. Great possession by Stallion right now. They're in Tuloy's half, but a very compact Tuloy as of right now. A bit of tiki-taka action, bit of a weak pass, another back pass to the keeper. What are your thoughts on that back pass, Tasha? Because nakakailang back pass na ang Tuloy towards their keeper, and given the high press of Stallion.
Depends. If you're good on your feet, you're good on your feet. And Tuloy are trying to implement the philosophy, really being able to bring the ball out and having that composure despite the high press being put on them. They want to implement that they can pass the ball around. They won't get frantic. So far, they're able to transition it to the higher end of the pitch.
Now we see Saot dancing towards the flanks. There goes that direct ball, but a bit too strong, directly to Antilo. Saot giving it to Diaz.
Tuloy FC, with the average age of just 20 years old, very young squad here, but already so much experience under their belt. A lot of players that have played already with the youth national team, played for the U20.
And their way of playing really reflects their composure. Even being that young, they have that veteran composure with themselves. Back again, Stallion letting Tuloy have possession down the mid-block.
Those players with the youth national team experience, the likes of Diaz, Halike, Kyril Saot, Nunez.
Tuloy very patient with the ball, just passing to it one another, looking for that space, inviting the Stallion players.
Showing us really beautiful football. If they can maintain this throughout the game and in bigger moments and chunks of the game, just showing how much that they've improved through the number of seasons that they've been in the PFL. They can play against top opponents. They showed us what they were capable of against Maharlika. They did lose 3-2. A lot of moments of brilliance, a lot of things to positives, a lot of positives from that game that they brought onto when they went against Garelli.
And that was great intention from the back line. Some collision happening there. Chance for the counter. Kedman running down the flanks, gives it to the middle, and cleared by Tuloy. That's a corner. The second corner for Stallion.
Crucial touch there from De Garcia. Clear that one out of danger. Galiana was lurking right behind him, ready to receive that pass.
Now Stallion going for that corner. This time headed towards the second post. Cleared away by the keeper, but it's still inside. There goes the box and a touch by Antilo.
It's good work from Antillo on both occasions. From that corner, the first corner, gets a touch to it. Before any head of a player from Stallion could get to it, he repositions himself again and makes sure to get the save on that second ball. Great outing so far from the young goalkeeper.
You could tell from his previous performances, he would really get those saves. And this is something that Tuloy needs right now, especially towards an aggressive attack from Stallion. Tuloy clearing away the threat.
Stallion doing so well in the transition from attack back to defense to winning it back.
There goes Antilo again. Kedman with the ball inside the box. Lots of bodies, takes the shot, but goes outside.
For the first shot, Antilo gets a touch to it. But again, it falls to Kedman, so quick to change directions. But two defensive players closing down on Kedman, making it a tight angle to finish, and he ends up hitting the side netting.
Very quick transition. Forwards asking. Tuloy letting the ball move. While Stallion very patient with their defensive play. They're very aware of the technical ability of Tuloy.
Gotta love how confident Tuloy are and trying to impose their style of play. And you always say this in the PFL, if you don't have a team to root for, Tuloy is one of those teams that you could easily want to root for. So even if you are already also supporting one team, they'll most probably be one of those favorites or second favorites. It's because of what Tuloy sa Don Bosco stands for as a whole.
And a direct ball straight from the back line. Lots of the attack is coming from Kedman. But so far, Tuloy is able to contain him despite all the attempts. Switching the side, straight to Macmillan. There goes that cross inside the box, headed out. Great positioning by the players of Tuloy, but there goes that pressure. And a long shot, but it sails towards the left, goes outside. If there are some things to commend from these two teams, the positioning of Tuloy FC, the off-the-ball movements, it's very much helpful towards that point-to-point play that they have. And for Stallion, that aggressiveness and that identifying those pressing triggers. Pag nakita nilang nakatalikod ang isang Tuloy player, talagang itutulak nila, bibigyan nila ng diin para lang makuha nila yung possession.
That's right, both teams trying to impose their style of play. Stallion players up on top, Ivanovsky, Sandra, the two Argentinians trying to connect with each other. And even a while ago, we saw that snapshot from Vasquez, one of their latest signings as well.
They're inside the box, passes it to the middle. Just the nick of time, clears it away. Chance for the counter. Diaz. Halike tries to pass it, but intercepted.
Great work from Galeana to win back possession. Eventually it goes back to Tuloy, but attacking players of Stallion Laguna, really playing an important part in winning back possession for them.
And it's a pretty evened out defense here from Stallion, but still able to maintain their composure. Tuloy.
It was well timed from Stallion Laguna.
Gives it down the line. And cleared away for safety by Tuloy.
Closer look in at Macmillan, one of the new signings as well for Stallion Laguna. Said they've had a lot of revamp to the squad.
And it's still in. Collected by Antillo. Gives it all the way towards the flank. Tries to buy some time, waiting for his teammates. It's out again.
But well defended by Vasquez as well. Closer look at Sandra. That's the start today in the midfield for the side of Stallion Laguna. As mentioned, a lot of changes for their side. 5 changes. Everyone changed.
And they try to give it, but Tuloy quick to get that.
Stallion Laguna, of course, with that heartbreak as well. Losing out to Cebu in their previous outing. They dominated a lot of the possession there, had most of the chances. But eventually it was Cebu that were more clinical, scoring towards the end of that match to get that 1-0 win against Stallion Laguna. And take a look at the possession here, 58% for Tuloy, 42% for Stallion.
But this time a chance for attack. Tuloy. But the back line of Stallion able to retrieve that. Also some numerical superiority for Stallion right there. It's a 4v1 situation.
It was Villarreal, of course, who's able to win it back from them at the back. Villarreal finds himself back with Stallion Laguna.
And the second offside there. Another thing to mention here is the philosophies again. Now let's see. That offside was called again for Stallion.
It was Galeana who was caught in an offside position. Pass was from Sandra. Couldn't really curl his run and he was caught offside.
Great communication with Tuloy's backline. That would be the second time they caught Galeana with that. And first touch was from Tuloy. But ends up as a throw-in for Stallion. Sandra giving it to Nieras. Now inside the box. Lots of pressure there towards Galeana. Tuloy. Again, another chance. But Kedman reaches for it. There goes that cross. Fails to connect with his teammate. It goes straight to Tuloy's defense.
Almost 20 minutes in, and so far Tuloy doing just enough to nullify all the attacks of Stallion Laguna.
They're going point to point. But great timing by the defense of Stallion.
It was Pride who won it back.
Oh, but right now, that's a chance for Stallion. A close call.
A closer look at Coach Ernie Nieras on the sidelines there. Looking calm and composed. Rare for Coach Ernie Nieras. Longtime coach for Stallion Laguna.
But again, as you've mentioned, the philosophies of these two teams are very contrasting. The aggressiveness of Stallion and the technicality of Tuloy. And that's a reflection of their red cards. For Tuloy, they're pretty clean. But let's say for Stallion, it's a bit more colorful. So do you think, Natasha, in this game, it would kind of be a either disciplined or a physical kind of match, especially in those set pieces for these two teams?
I'll be honest, I'm not sure I understood the question there.
Well, right now, Tuloy gets possession, but right now it's now with the men in pink. Kedman looking to connect with his teammates. Stallion being very patient right now. Just switching the play. Looking for each other's teammates. Gets that cross. Antilio clears it away.
Stallion Laguna was able to swing it from the left to the right. Eventually, they found Galeana, who got the cross inside. It was a good punch out from Antilio. Stallion again on the attack. Has been the story of the game. So far, no goals to show for.
And what a save by Antilio.
That was well timed from him. Even though Tuloy are a young squad, do play all year round. And before joining the PFL, reintroducing themselves to the PFL, they were also part of the Tuloy Invitational, where they went against a lot of the UAP caliber teams. And they won. They were the champions of that tournament. Beat UP in the finals.
And we can see in our socials, _WeArePFL on TikTok and also on Facebook, on Instagram, Halike does mention that he is so proud of the achievements of Tuloy, and they're really using those experiences from Tuloy Invitational and their previous games against teams against Garelli. They're going to use it as inspiration towards this game and hopefully apply everything that they've done in those games as well.
Set piece opportunity now in favor of Stallion Laguna. Ivanovsky with the delivery.
Cleared away, but it is still in. Pressure from Tuloy. Saut. Back again. Across. Antilio reaches for it.
Didn't get a full touch to it, but that was enough to make sure it didn't fall in the hands of the attacking players of Stallion Laguna. Good delivery from Ivanovsky on the right-hand side. They've been connecting well, Galeana and Ivanovsky.
Nieras with the ball, giving it to Kedman. Looking for his teammate inside. Galeana. We're almost halfway in, and we can really tell that the defense of Tuloy is really marking the forwards of Stallion, giving them a hard time. Sina Galiana, sina Kedman. A lot to say about these youngsters.
When you're a team like Tuloy, it's very important that they stay organized, especially defensively when you go against a team like Stallion Laguna. Have a lot of attacking firepower. Foreign players bring in their experience from abroad here to the PFL.
Now this time a corner kick for Stallion. Great height. Goes for the header. It goes above the goal.
That was from Villarreal. Corner from Galiana, finding Villarreal inside the box. Tuloy on the receiving end a lot of the attacks of Stallion Laguna.
There goes that long ball from Tuloy. Halike giving it to Diaz. Cuts. A lot of men in pink guarding Diaz there. Halike cuts. Passes it to the middle. This time, Stallion is going for the counter. Great composure from Tuloy.
Both teams defensively have been on point.
And a missed touch there. Back to Stallion.
Eventually, Capistrano makes up for it, but that was a cheap giveaway there. As he said, Stallion Laguna able to bring that ball around, able to bring it to the attacking third. No clear-cut chances.
That cross inside and a close call. Nunez, Ivanovsky with that touch. A close call for Stallion.
As I mentioned, no clear-cut chances. We had the best chance so far, care of Ivanovsky up on top. That was great work from Antillo.
I'd have to say these are the things that I'm looking forward to, those surprise attacks coming from Stallion. But again, great anticipation from Antillo. This time, Stallion is in possession of the ball, controlling the game, slowing it a bit, but right now going for the attack. Galiana, I suppose that was a pass, but some miscommunication. Right now, Tuloy again with the possession.
Said Stallion has been on the attack a couple of times. Stop, go, it hasn't been so fluid. Once in a while, they'll get a chance. Tuloy have been working very hard and keep this 0-0.
Great distribution by Antillo. Chance. Collected by Landreth.
As you've mentioned, Tuloy FC have done a lot defensively. Try to keep possession when they do win back the ball. No clear-cut chances up on top for them.
Sends it down the line. Ivanovsky. Then to Antillo. Gamboa with the ball. Saud gives it to the flanks. Waiting for an opening, decides to pass it back.
Crucial touch from Villarreal to disturb.
And sets it up. And a beautiful run. Kedman slowing down, waiting for backup. Gives it to Sandra. Now to Vasquez. And an attempt. Ivanovsky.
Stallion Laguna able to translate now into chances. Best chance we've seen so far from the side of Stallion Laguna. That one was blasted directly towards Antilio. He does well.
We could say that Stallion is warming up. Just a few minutes ago, they had a pretty close attempt.
Back-to-back chances for Stallion Laguna up on top. Ivanovsky created 2 attacks, but Antilio has positioned himself really well on both occasions.
Tuloy attacking towards the left side. Trying to make more space for themselves. Saud switching the play. Goes towards the middle. There goes that pass. And straight to Kedman. No offside. Across. A bit too strong. Out goes Antilio, but collected.
Just play there, a bit frustrating on the attack, but they go again. That was Ivanovsky coming from an offside position when he received it. That was a rush in the attack there from Kedman, giving it to Galeana. Keeper was way off his line there.
There's a bit of reaching there. Both fall down, but right now these two players are able to play again.
Closer look at the fans here today at the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium for our back-to-back Sunday feature. Our last game for this week, Tuloy FC against Stallion Laguna. We had a fantastic week of games. The triple header Saturday. Harlicas 1-0 against Garelli. Aguilas 5-0 against Army, and Diggers 1-0 versus Taguig. And earlier today, there was a clash of the Giants. Kaya FC 3-0 against Cebu.
This time Halike, but cleared away. Sandra right now trying to look for his teammates. It's Stallion's ball.
Matt Niera's the captain. Longest serving Stallion Laguna player. He's been with the team.
And a beautiful direct ball there. Easy collected. And an attempt. And you can hear the ooze of the audience. They knew that that was pretty deadly. It bounced off the hands of Antilio, but he still saves the day. He collects that attempt.
Great chance from Stallion Laguna. Kedman able to take that control. Great touch, setting himself up to take a chance. Then even better save by Antilio. See that there's a switch now. Ivanovsky now playing on the left-hand side and Kedman on the right.
Tuloy. Now it's Tuloy's throw in.
If you're Tuloy FC, of course, though they haven't had any chances up on top, can get to halftime with a 0-0, be the happier of the two sides, will really frustrate Stallion Laguna even more.
Chance for Tuloy. And a short-lived one.
Also look at captain there of Tuloy, Munoz. Fantastic player, really controlling midfield for the side of Tuloy FC. Playing such an important role, connecting that midfield line to the players up on top.
Lots of bodies towards the right side of the pitch.
Really just can't help but mention it again. How good Tuloy FC have been for such a young squad. To be able to hold their own so far, 35 minutes in this match, to be able to hold their own against the like of Stallion Laguna. Knowing the previous outings that these two teams have gone against each other. 2024, Stallion won 7-1 against Tuloy. In the 2023 Copa, they also won 9-1 against Tuloy. So there have been big margin games in favor of Stallion Laguna in the past. They took a break from the PFL, refreshed, reset, and are now back. They seem to be more ready for the challenge.
Kedman getting that cross this time from the right side of the pitch. Headed out. Saud. Nunez, great handles, passes it back towards the side. And there goes that pass. It's a 1v1, passes it towards the middle. Great positioning from Stallion.
I feel that they're so dangerous, Tuloy sa Don Bosco, when they're able to bring that pass, those small passes in the midfield, connect it up on top. Just haven't been threatening up on top with their chances. But the way that they thread the needle from the defense onto attack,
very flawless, seamless.
Lovely sight to see.
But also kudos to the back line of Stallion. They know where to position themselves, just right in the middle of the player and the ball, eliminating that opportunity for attack for Tuloy.
If Tuloy can just be sharper on the break, definitely get one over Stallion Laguna.
Nunez not wanting to make those forced passes, giving it backwards. Urakoy, back to the middle. Bit of a miss pass there. This time giving it to Ivanovsky. There goes that call.
And again, caught offside. You could see a bit of frustration building up for the side of Stallion Laguna.
There goes that tiki-taka pass. At lumagpas kay Halike. Ivanovsky switches the play. Gives it to Kedman. Kedman to Sandra. Kedman again. Inside the box. Attempt and Antilio collects.
Great work up on top from Stallion Laguna. Sandra finding that splitting pass to Kedman. Again, Antilio up for the challenge. He has been laser focused.
This is pretty much a game of Kedman versus Antilio. They've been face to face against each other during this first half. Saud. Pressure from Kedman. Kedman, opportunity inside the box. Great composure from Antilio. Saud again. Antilio. That's a ball for Tuloy.
Tuloy really at the moment just holding their own. They've made a couple of mistakes in the back, but so far, Stallion Laguna haven't been able to capitalize on those seldom errant passes.
To the middle. But Saud gets it back. To Halike. To Diaz. Cuts. Tries to make that attempt. Bounces off the defense of Stallion.
Right, and Villarreal there in front of the chance. Diaz tried to create such a shifty player. As we talked, of course, earlier, as we said, that why Tuloy are such a team that you'd want to root for, you know, what they stand for is, especially off field, really how they change lives as the alternative that they give to the life of children, take them away from the streets for good, giving them a second family, education, and an opportunity to thrive. The values instilled in this team, now showing their best on the pitch.
And a chance Tuloy finds themselves inside the box. Lots of pink bodies, but they still try to make that attempt. Cleared away.
Finding themselves on that attacking third, trying to create chances up on top, looking a bit more dangerous.
Urakoy, Halike. Gamboa with that cheeky pass. Nunez. They're still inside the box. Chance for them. And there goes that left. They tried to aim for that top left, but it goes above the goal. Close call, one of the closest for Tuloy.
Absolute fantastic to see the run of play among the players inside the box. Bango there.
Lots
tried to go for the top left. Just overcooked on that attempt. Fantastic ball movement so far from Tuloy.
And it says a lot that they've made that build-up and that pressure inside the box of Stallion.
4 shots for Tuloy, 12 shots for Stallion Laguna. They'll be unhappy knowing that they haven't had a goal to show for so far with the 12 attempts that they've made. Still time before halftime. Both teams want to get that lead before the break.
Ivanovsky, tiki-taka action. He has space. Goes for that attempt. Bottom right. It goes outside.
Bit disappointing from Ivy there. Could not target. Seeing Stallion behind break play, they're able to thread the needle, as we've mentioned, find themselves in the attacking third. Just haven't been clinical with the chances that they've created. Makes that chance number 13. So 13 chances so far for the side of Stallion Laguna.
A bit of bouncing action happening there. But Antilio able to collect it. Tuloy very patient with the ball. Going point to point, getting that build up. But towards the attacking third, the back line of Stallion always able to intercept those passes from Tuloy. Ivanovsky gives it to Ketman, but an offside was called.
And Tuloy FC just so compact, so organized on that line, catching against Stallion Laguna offside.
And it's just a few minutes left here in this first half. There's additional time of 2 minutes. You've already mentioned this, Natasha, how Tuloy, such a young team, is able to hold themselves against a team like Stallion Laguna this first half and just a few minutes left. A lot can happen, but right now the compactness of Tuloy is really apparent.
Stallion still trying, of course, to get that advantage. Trying to play high as well.
Tries to go for that cross, but denied. Again, umaatake sa gilid. There goes that long pass, straight to Halike. Opportunity, delays a bit, waits for a teammate. Tries to go for that pass, but it goes straight to Landreth. Great intention, but what he needed there was his teammates there for the attack.
If you're Stallion Laguna, you'll definitely be frustrated if you come into the half 0-0. Enjoyed majority of the chances. You've created a lot of chances up on top. And on paper, you are the team to beat in this matchup against Tuloy FC. Tuloy FC, again, holding their own. 46 minutes in, and it's been impressive.
Diaz again in the box. Halike. And an attempt from Tuloy. It's still inside the box. They still have that opportunity. Saud decides to go 1-on-1. And a slip happens, but no call from the ref. Clearance was made by Stallion. Urakoy. And with that marks the end of the first half. And the score is 0-0. Tuloy FC versus Stallion Laguna FC. What do you have to say about the stats right now, Natasha?
It's been impressive, of course, from Tuloy FC. As we mentioned, they are such a young team. Hold Stallion Laguna FC to a 0-0 draw at halftime. It gives them the advantage going to that second half, but you do know that when Stallion Laguna re-enter that second half, they'll be hungrier than ever to get one against Tuloy FC. We'll be back again in just a bit. Don't go away.
chance here, the right side. Halike, will he take it? What a goal! Halike! Beautiful shot there, Jing.
Incredible, John Lloyd Halike. Kaya natin siya minamark as a player to watch. Sensational strike. And that is our open.
Beautiful play here, and then Halike on the other side. Great chance. And is it a goal? It is!
Guys, we're gonna need this entire sequence of play. What an amazing goal mula sa Tuloy FC. 4-5 players Diaz took out, got it to Halike. Another great sequence of play before control. Cyril South.
Here at the left side, Tuloy floats it in the middle. A chance here. Ooh, just hits across. Ooh, what a goal again for Tuloy FC.
That'll seal the 3 points for Tuloy. Second opportunity, no mistake from that right side.
Liddell. Fati. Just slowing down a bit now. And Paulos. Still getting it, despite of the pressure. It's over to Rico Andes now. And just like that, against all odds, Rico Andes just at the death. It was Stallion dictating for 95 minutes, 40 seconds past the allotted time here. It's
Welcome back, football fans. It's the Philippines Football League 2025. I'm your commentator for tonight, Alex Lagman, and your analyst would be Filipina international footballer Natasha Alquiros Dato. Right now, it's match number 2, start of second half, and it's Tuloy FC versus Stallion Laguna FC. And Natasha, a bit of a exciting first half because we saw that Tuloy FC, they were able to hold themselves against Stallion Laguna. What else do you have to say about their performance in that first half?
Able to keep it 0-0 in that first half. They started off with that first chance, bringing it up on top. But it was really a lot of the chances for Stallion Laguna that kept piling up and up again. But Antillo has been fantastic on a keep for the side of Tuloy. They've grown a lot throughout the first 3 matches that Tuloy have played. They're doing much better in defending set pieces. Goalkeeper has been spot on defensively. They're able to win the ball back. And chance after chance again. That was Vasquez to Ivanovsky up on top. Antillo point blank save. Another chance from Ivanovsky directly into Antillo. Kedman also gets it. This was the part when Antillo was in no man's land, but Galeana was too quick on the chance. Takes it first time, soft angle there. This was from Kedman from distance, forcing another save on Antillo. And look at that. Great work from the young goalkeeper. One of the best chances also that we've seen for the side of Stallion. And eventually, towards the end of that first half, you saw Tuloy slowly get more chances in the game. Bango trying to go for the top left finish there, causing a bit of trouble in the back. Ivanovsky again. It's not the easiest of angle, but he should have at least gotten it on target. And for the side of Tuloy, they want to pounce off the good momentum that they've had. They've been good defensively, so let's do it block by block. The goalkeeper has been fantastic. Defensive third, they've been doing really well. In that midfield block, doing well. They just need to be a bit more composed in the attacking third. 57% possession for Tuloy. 43% for Stallion. 5 shots, 4 on target for Tuloy, 13 shots, 7 on target for Stallion Laguna. No goals so far, and if you're Stallion Laguna, you'll be definitely disappointed with the performance that you've had. You've been able to create the chances, but you haven't found the back of the net. You also were able to get 5 corners, and you could see that Tuloy also caught them off guard on offside 5 separate times. Coach Ernie Nieres just giving that halftime talk to prep his team. You know for sure that they're going to be making substitutions. It's unacceptable if you're Stallion Laguna. It's unacceptable that you haven't scored in that first half, but it also gives so much credit for Tuloy FC. Antilio, as we've mentioned, has been really good as a goalkeeper. Keep it 0-0 against Stallion Laguna. A lot of improvements from this young squad. And their player to watch out for, doing fantastic work. And they'll have another hard second half on the side of Tuloy FC. But if they can replicate the performance that they mirrored in that first half, then who knows? The underdogs could get one over Stallion Laguna. Stallion, of course, have to dig deep to really get a goal in this second half, or it will be a disappointing outing for them.
Yes, and to reiterate, Coach Ernie, he says that he wants to win this game. So I don't think it's much of a surprise if Stallion would go for that high press and that direct attack here in this second half.
2 players look to be making their way on the pitch there. Tariq, Shihab. Triple substitution rather. Tariq,
Shihab coming in.
Yalo,
Chamgue. And also Diallo, the goal scorer in their previous games. Let's see what kind of impact he can put in this second half. As you've mentioned, they are able to bring that transition from defense to attack, but what they need right now is that accuracy, is that finishing that Ivanovsky and Kedman have been trying to do in that first half. And let's hope that the different forwards that are subbed in the second half can do that for Stallion.
So Diallo, Shihab, and Chambu come on the pitch, attacking changes for the side of Stallion Laguna.
And it's a stark contrast from that first half. It's a faster pace now.
As we said also at Stallion Laguna, they still haven't figured out their preferred 11.
It does seem as if during that first half, the defense was the priority. Right now, Stallion inching their way inside the box. Chance for them. Cleared away by De Garcia.
And of course, Tuloy sa Don Bosco, they're a team with no foreign players. So they're an all-Filipino squad. They're also very young. As you've mentioned in the past, they can't really recruit outside. They can only recruit within the ecosystem that they've created in the Tuloy program. So a big contrast to the side of Stallion Laguna that can take players, standouts from UAP, foreign players from national team, etc. They can build their team any way that they want. And for a team like Tuloy to just continue to hold their own, it's just a testament as well to the program that Father Rocky has, as well as Coach Taketomo Suzuki has for the side of Tuloy. This isn't just for the men's, but how their youth is building up to help their men's team, and how former players become coaches, and as well as the growth that they've had for their women's team as well. So it's an all-around program for the side of Tuloy sa Don Bosco. And they're using football and futsal as tools really to uplift the lives of these young players and to give them opportunities that they wouldn't have had if they were left on the streets. So welcome to my TED Talk. It's just really inspiring, you know, how much Tuloy has and how much they've improved right now in the PFL in front of our own eyes.
And I think it's a testament to the future of Philippine football because we are able to produce quality players and create those programs that can make us a threat to the different levels of football, internationally, locally. Chamgue trying to make some problems towards Tuloy's backline. He was the goal scorer in the previous game, and there are some expectations with him when it comes to the attack for Stallion.
Good cut-out pass there by Macmillan to lead on the quick counter-attack.
Diallo goes in. They're inside the box.
That's the opening goal for Stallion Laguna. The substitutes connecting up on top.
And the fresh legs delivered. A bit of celebration there in front of the camera.
Great work up on top from Stallion Laguna. They won that back in the attacking third. Quickly transitioned it onto the upper left-hand side. That pass there to Tariq Shihab. Snapshot and finds the back of the net. He's using his physicality, beating out the defender, getting a shot in the near post. Antilio got a touch to it, but not enough. And the groove is on for Stallion Laguna. Been mentioning a lot about Tuloy, of course. It's Stallion Laguna. Again, they are the team to beat in this matchup. As we did mention, it would be disappointing if they didn't score a goal, and the substitutes doing really well to connect since they've been introduced. It's only been 5 minutes since the subs like Tariq Shihab have been on this pitch and already able to get on the score sheet.
He is creating opportunities for Stallion. Of course, first, getting that goal. Second, now getting that corner. Galeana taking that corner. Straight to the second post, Antilio.
It was a good punch out from Antilio, but again, Stallion on the attack.
There goes that header. Goes outside.
Stallion Laguna now looking sharper on the attack. He broke the deadlock. Again, imposing that high press, winning that ball back.
Farias de Bayros tries to get that attempt, that long shot. Antilio then distributing the ball. Still, Stallion is in possession inside the half of Tuloy. Chamgue trying to make things happen. It's a 2v1. They're fighting for that ball. There goes that cross. Straight to Vasquez. Across inside the box. Goes past his teammate. Now back to Antilio.
You have to give it to Shihab on that left-hand side. been feisty on that left-hand side since he's been introduced in this matchup, eventually getting the goal.
And again, Shihab passing it to Chamgue. Inside the box. Saved by Antillo. And a quick switch. Out goes Stallion.
Stallion now sending more and more players up on top. Making it that much harder for Tuloy at the moment.
Capistrano going down the line. But Macmillan gives it there. Galeana crosses. Gets past. And it hits the post. Chamgue. Chance for the counter. Bringing it upwards is Urakoy. Inside the box. Lupango. Back to Stallion. This time a counter for Stallion. That's an offside for Galeana.
Tuloy, even with that high line, still able to get them offside. But this was another chance up on top. It's been back-to-back chances, this time hitting the post for the side of Stallion Laguna. The likes of Tariq Shihab, Arnold Chamgu, and Ismaila Diallo have all been fantastic up on top since they've been introduced in the second half. A stark contrast to how they've been playing up on top in the first half.
Now some substitution for Tuloy FC. Out goes Diaz and in goes Sahor, player number 20. Let's see the kind of impact Sahor can give, because Diaz has been giving a lot of assists and crosses throughout that first half. Tuloy, they find themselves inside the half of Stallion. Crosses it, bounces off the back line. They're inside the box. Player goes down, no call from the referee. Chamgue with the ball. He has all that space, he has all that time. Goes for that through pass. But the positioning is off.
Players down for Tuloy. Just a stamp on the foot of Halike there from Vasquez. No foul called on that occasion. Stallion Laguna currently up 1-0 against Tuloy. Goal care of Tariq Shihab, player that was introduced in the second half.
And it's a big contrast towards that first half, because in a way it was a bit like a marinating situation, because towards the end of that first half, that's when those chances for Stallion started to happen. But this time in the second half, because of Shihab, just the early minutes of the second half, they made that goal, making it 1-0 in favor of Stallion.
I have to give it also to Ernie Nieras for the substitutions that he made. Tried with that first 11, it didn't work up on top, made the substitutions quickly. Now the substitutes are paying off, and that's exactly what you want when you make those substitutions in the game. That the substitutes that you put on can put on the instant impact and to help really change the game, and that's exactly what they did. No surprising, of course, that Shihab was the one who scored. And if you take a look at his background, he played youth football with Brighton. He was born in the Netherlands, raised in England. Was part of the England U17 and part of the Yemen national team. So a lot of quality in this player being introduced for Stallion this year. He's a new signing for the side of Stallion Laguna. One of the, I can't even count how many new foreigners that they have.
And a foul was called fast play. A direct ball, lumagpas sa depensa, lumagpas sa forwards. But chasing that ball is Chamgue. Inside the box, Nunez with the ball.
And that occasion, Tuloy again doing really well to get out of that high press. Able to swing it onto the other side.
Nunez again. Tuloy switching play. And kudos to the patience of Tuloy FC, because a lot of times when you have conceded a goal, medyo ma-agit ka na eh. But based on the way that they play right now, you can still feel that no rush of decisions. They're not making any unforced passes, any forced passes rather. Really a testament to their system.
And also the composure of these young players to not get rattled easily. Mental focus as well. Such young players who have grown that much in the span of such a short time. Interesting to see even just how much further they can go throughout this tournament.
If foul was called, that would be a ball for Tuloy. Speaking of Coach Ernie's call during the start of the second half, it does make a lot of sense to put on fresh legs as forwards against the back line of Tuloy that have been playing for the entirety of that first half. Siyempre, yung kinonsider din niya yung fatigue ng mga players, and right now, there are Tuloy players that are kind of experiencing some cramps, so...
Definitely, because with the thing with Tuloy is that everything has its pros and cons. For the like of Tuloy, they always have a preferred 11. It's the same 11 that plays every time, game in and a game out. For the side of Stallion Laguna, they do have a really deep bench. So if one player is not performing, they can afford to make those substitutions and not drop in quality for their side. And as we all know, the PFL is a marathon. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So it's more, not only is your first 11 important, but so is your whole squad. Well, a 22, 24, how many players you have on your team. All these players play an important role, especially as the tournament goes along.
But this time, Tuloy FC now opts to go for that substitute. This time in goes player number 25, Clark Gobuyan.
So midfield substitutions for the side of Tuloy. Boa's day is done, and in his place is Gobuyan.
Stallion Laguna really hungry for that goal. You can really tell by the way that they're making their decisions. So much quicker now in this half. That's an offside.
This one, I want to take a closer look at this one. As the offside was called on the far left-hand side. Either way, great work defensively for Tuloy. Not afraid to gamble with that high line.
Lots of Stallion players giving that pressure towards Tuloy. Maximizing that, really reaching for that ball in their half. Gutom na gutom ang Stallion pero di nagpapatalo ang Tuloy. Saot.
Fantastic work from Cyril Sao to win back the ball. Quick feed on him.
And great intention from Tuloy, that through pass but intercepted by Stallion.
One of the rare times we've seen they're over-eager up on top. If only Tuloy can just find more finesse in the attacking third. Definitely create much more trouble for this game against Stallion Laguna.
Capistrano. Then to Saud, but it goes outside.
Closer look at Saud, Cyril Saud. Already 2 assists in this tournament.
Goes down, pero inuwi pa rin ang bola. Bola ng Stallion. Chamgue with foot battling it out against Garcia.
And that was good work from De Garcia to keep it clean, keep the challenge clean there. Eventually, Antilio gets his hands to it.
And I'd have to agree with you on that, Natasha, that when it comes to the possession, Tuloy has it. But to win this game, you need those goals. Again, they're inside that box and makes that attempt, but it sails above the goal. Diallo making that attempt for Stallion.
Diallo, another top signing for the side of Stallion Laguna. Just couldn't keep his chance in frame. Scored a goal. First outing of Stallion Laguna against Manila Digger.
Zao tries to control that, but goes outside.
Another attacking threat that they have for the side of Stallion Laguna. Diallo, of course, who played in Kanchanaburi in the Thai League. Comes from high experience. He also had his youth football with Brighton and Arsenal. Especially on paper, when you read even out loud where these players have played and the quality that they bring for the side of Stallion Laguna, expect them to score some goals. So far, Tuloy doing really well to make it just 1-0 at the moment. We also want to give a shout out to the chat fam, to FunRush617, Halvsef, Bekimski, El Carabao, Sislista, Edbol from PH Transfers, Orchid Malevolence, It's Just Me, Leoncilo, Diet Fonso, Callum from PFL Bible, Jimboy, Jonas Gregorio, etc. We appreciate you guys really just making sure that the talks are always alive with Philippine football, even with the pages that you guys create, to make sure that there's that additional info and output about the games. Continue to support Philippine football and its growth. Give us a shout out, give us your feedback. We appreciate always your feedback on how we can improve the league.
And to everyone that's just tuned in, this is the Philippines Football League 2025 to 2026. Who you see on your screens right now is Tuloy FC versus Stallion. Tuloy in blue, while Stallion in pink and white.
Stallion currently up 1-0, a goal from Tariq Shihab at the 50th minute. Doubled up defensively there.
Ivanovsky inside, passes it to the middle. Just in the nick of time, they go for that attempt, but Great reflexes from Antillo.
It was Galiana who ended up connecting with Vasquez there. Vasquez who took his chance. But all Antillo had to be was just in the right position. That will be the last involvement as well of Galiana. Juan Trujillo, Galiana in this match. Sorry for the sidelines there. There is no Harvey Goyoso in this matchup. It's going to be Peña who will be taking the place of Galiana. Jacob Peña makes his way in this game.
Saud with the ball, going for that counter, trying to switch, going for that attack inch by inch. Tuloy gives that counter, gives that cross rather. Goes outside, but it is still the possession of the men in blue.
A closer look at Halike there. Player with 3 goals to his name, also part of the youth national team. It's definitely a foul from Tuloy. Just introducing Jacob Peña to this match in style. Yeah, and despite the number of attempts that Stallion Laguna have had, only 1 goal to show for so far. So we know that Tuloy can very much still be in this matchup.
And speaking of fresh legs, right now the best bet for the attack is the one that's the hungriest right now, and coming from a fresh substitution. A lot of expectations coming from Peña. They're inside the box. Diano makes that attempt. Again, another attempt that goes above the goal. Great hunger because he's been making those shots in a span of a few minutes. Keep that up, and that could be pretty dangerous for Tuloy's backline.
You'd expect them to at least have their shots on target. Different to have a shot, and it's different when it's on target to really test the goalkeeper.
Nunez switching the play. Gives it down the line. They're inside the box. Cleared away by Stallion. Halike. Switches it. Saud. 1v1. And a powerful push there, but no foul has been called. Again, the advantage of Stallion really is their physique.
Again, to all the fans that make their way here at the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium to really show your support out live. You know, players especially truly appreciate it. It builds the atmosphere.
This time a corner for Tuloy. Beautiful grounder. But the quickness in that decision making led to that defense from Stallion.
I think that Tuloy could have done better with that corner opportunity.
Nunez gets that foul.
It's a beautiful pass to Urakoy.
Definitely.
A touch too many. And a little bit of tug there between Lupango and Villarreal.
Opportunity for Tuloy. De Garcia taking that kick. Gives it above the line, but straight to Landreth. Binalikang clearance. Tuloy in possession. Saud. 1v1. Defense tries to use his body. successful, but back to the possession of Nunez. Chips it. Head by Stallion, back to Landreth.
That was a good head back from Matt Nieras. Back to Landreth. Landreth haven't had to do much in this matchup.
Macmillan.
Really dangerous chances that he's had to save. Of course, tells the story of how this game has been played. More of the chances have been with Stallion Laguna.
Gives it down the line. In goes Peña. Cross. Diallo. They're still inside the box. Gives it outside. Diallo. Goes pass against 1-2, passes it. There it goes. Aims for that bottom left. But down goes Antillo, getting that save. Gives it to Halike. Halike, Saud. And it's a foot race. Stallion versus Tuloy, passes it. Landreth, quick to deny that ball.
Tuloy sa Don Bosco, so quick on that transition, able to connect up on top. But Landreth is a top goalkeeper. It's going to take much more than that to rattle him. He's only had to come out big once, and he makes the save.
Another offside call. Great organization from the back line. And we are almost halfway.
That was Saud connecting with Lupango up on top. He takes it first time. But Landreth positioning himself really well. Makes himself big and gets the ball. But that's the best chance that we've seen up on top for Tuloy. Really well on the left-hand side. Especially with Saud getting the better of Villarreal on that occasion.
And a much needed hydration for these players. Given the weather today, starting out, it was so sunny, especially in the previous game. But now, luckily enough, there is no rain. There is wind. So it is an advantage, and it is quite helpful to both teams for Tuloy and Stallion. Bit by bit in this second half, we see a lot of players going down. Now let's take a look at some of the highlights so far in the second half. Diallo passing it towards to the bottom left, but saved by Antillo. Substitution for Stallion Laguna FC. In goes Stephen Banor, player number 55. Another forward for Stallion.
So Vasquez went down with the cramps there. Banor takes the place of Vasquez.
This time a ball for Tuloy. Another opportunity for them. Goes for the grounder, goes for that point pass. Giving it to the flank. Capistrano. Back to Nunez. Great redirection. Cross. Tip of the box. Ball's high. First to the ball was Stallion. And an attempt. Saud tries to go for it.
Just unlucky hitting Lupango. A closer look at Nunez as well. taking up, covering a lot of ground for the side of Tuloy. See him controlling and thread the needle in the midfield. Goes even far on out for the wing. Helps defensively and on the attack.
Lots of pink bodies out there checking on the mid of Tuloy. De Garcia sticking to his man. Doesn't want to make Chamoge make any attacking moves towards their goal. Saud gives it back, tries to restart.
And you gotta love that confidence from Antillo. Not only to beat the attacking player that was putting on the press, but to make sure the pass goes to a Tuloy player on the wing.
Surely that's what you want to see in your keeper, especially in modern football. You want someone who has the technical, someone who can distribute, someone as good as a field player, you can say.
Says a lot about the growth of these young players. Or the side of Tuloy. Yes, they are down 1-0 against Stallion Laguna. If you compare it to their outings against Stallion Laguna in the past, you could say that this is a win for them, for their growth as a team. As you mentioned, in the past, they've gone against each other. Stallion won 7-1 against Tuloy and 9-1 against them. And at the moment, 79 minutes in this match,
it's 0-1. That's an extreme glow up there. Diallo with the ball. Solo run. Cuts back. He's still inside the box. Tries to make some space for himself. Gives to Macmillan. Macmillan passes it to the middle. Collected by the defense. Mihingi ng tao si De Garcia. Goes for that long ball. Tries to connect with his attackers. But first to the ball was Stallion. Barrias gives it to Pride. Villarreal. Goes down the line. Here towards the side. Urakoy clearing that ball. It's a Stallion ball. And a 50-50 possession there.
Good work from Tuloy, keeping it on that left-hand side. They've been doubling up on defense. Players like Sahor dropping down to really support Capistrano and Urakoy.
And they're inside the box. Gives it to the middle. Napunta sa Tuloy. Stallion gives it back. Diallo goes down.
That was good pressure from Tuloy. Been so strong recently in the last 10 minutes, especially with those 1v1s. Standing their ground, forcing the Stallion players to send it back. Giveaway here, and Stallion again on the attack.
Millen crosses it. They're inside the box. And with that one touch, it marks another goal for Stallion Laguna. Arnold Chamgue, player number 28 of Stallion Laguna FC, making the second goal for them.
Stallion Laguna just punishing Tuloy with an error. They win back possession in the attacking third, catch them on the break. That was good work from Macmillan, sending it right behind the defensive line. And great work from Cham, who takes it first time and buries that towards the right side. And the quad vision making its way through this matchup. A second goal for Stallion Laguna. Just getting that insurance goal. And again, the substitute players playing a mark in this matchup for Stallion Laguna FC. There was a player who went down on the far left side for Tuloy. There is another player down as well inside the box for Tuloy. So 2 players down for them.
You also have to take note that the goal scorers for Stallion were both coming from the substitutes. So you can tell that they really do have a deep bench. These players that can really make that impact. You can say through this performance in the second half, they indeed were the game changers. For both Tarek Shihab and also Arnold Chamgue. Great performance from them.
Both of these players also were the first 11 or the starting 11 in their 2 previous outings. But this time around, a bit of shuffle of personnel for the side of Stallion Laguna. They come off the bench. They've made the impact intended.
But even so, the score 2-0, a lot of pride can be seen for Tuloy FC because of their previous matches. As you've mentioned, they go all the way till 9, like what you've mentioned. And this score right now is a testament to their progress, to their progression when it comes to the way that they penetrate those dangerous zones, the control that they have towards the game, the ball, and their growing confidence as these young athletes that are going against experienced veterans. Excellent performance from these young players.
At the end of the day, of course, goals win games. And so far, Stallion Laguna have put it at the back of the net 2 times, putting them in the lead 84 minutes in this matchup. Has it been scrappy a bit? But they've been very resilient and relentless on the attack. Now, the breaks of the game are showing. Tired legs, tired minds for Tuloy. They've been having to do a lot defensively. And a double substitution introduced for Tuloy FC.
The team captain of Tuloy being substituted. In goes player number 13, John Aguila. In this game, you can really tell that Nunez has been that anchored in the middle. Talaga yung mga teammates niya sa kanya pinapasa to make those plays and to start those attacks.
This game definitely opening up in the last few minutes of this matchup. Tuloy a little bit more tired than they were in the first half.
Diallo inside the box, cleared away. Halike. Gives it to Saud. Saud tries to dribble, goes down.
Yellow card seems to be given there for Pride. Take a look at the challenge there. Definitely a foul, a yellow card. Arguably, but nonetheless, it was given. And a chance now for Tuloy to get one back in this game.
Based on their abilities, this is within their range. So let's see what Saud comes up with in this set piece.
Chance for Tuloy. A dangerous area late into this game to get one back. Can they take advantage of the set piece opportunity?
South goes for that grounder. And cleared away by Stallion. Gives it to the flank. Nakabang for the counter. He's inside the box. Tries to make that cross. Hinahabol pa din. Macmillan with the ball. Lots of space. Stallion's decision if they'll exploit this. They keep it in. Shihab. Yalo. And foul has been called. What are your assessments on Tuloy's set pieces so far, Natasha?
I'd say that Tuloy would be a bit disappointed with how set piece played out. Could have done much more. Since they weren't sharp, it translated into a quick counter-attack. They were lucky that Stallion didn't capitalize on that occasion.
But they're not giving up just yet. Halike giving it to the middle.
But Niera's able to head that one back in the path of Landreth. You know, this game is all about breaks of the game and the moments that you can capitalize on. Stallion Laguna making the most of it.
Gives that back pass. But Chamgue gives that pressure. Tuloy able to alleviate it. Capistrano gives it to Saud.
For Tuloy, their style of play has been really beautiful to watch. But as I mentioned earlier, goals wins games. You can look pretty, but at the end of the day, whoever scores wins.
Gobuyan. Inside the box. Halike. Goes outside.
As this game is finding the last few minutes, it's really opened up just that much more. Pride making a touch to that.
This could be a chance for Tuloy FC. This is another corner, and we've seen in their set pieces, they opt for that grounder. But hopefully, after what happened, they can make the necessary adjustments to give them a higher chance when it comes to their attack.
4 minutes of added time left in this game. Tuloy down 2-0 against Stallion Laguna.
They decide to go point to point. Halike, Capistrano, De Garcia. Iniikot ang bola. Diretso kay Antillo. Goes for that direct ball. Landreth.
Had to go out of his line, headed that safely to his defenders.
Farias. Peña. Now to Pride.
Of course, last 3 minutes for Stallion to just hold on to the lead. Come away with their first clean sheet of this tournament. As we've mentioned, in their last 2 games, they only got 1 point. They could have gotten at maximum 6.
De Garcia tries to go for that direct ball. But now it is in possession of Stallion. At this point, Tuloy FC's main priority, ideally, would be to not concede any more goals. To keep it at 2-0. Pero nasa loob siya ng box. Tries to go for that attempt. But it goes outside the box. Lots of players go down. No calls from the referee so far.
corner now, late in the game for Stallion Laguna. They've already secured a 2-0 win against Tuloy. I'm really not on Tuloy's side to be able to at least get a consolation. But can Stallion add up the tally?
Peña to Shihab. Peña again. Gets that cross. Ow! A bit of medyo sumabit ang mga paa doon. Hopefully they're both fine. They're walking.
It's foul called, of course, in favor of Stallion Laguna. Dangerous area. Had a couple of set piece opportunities, most especially in the first half. They couldn't take advantage. And they do so now.
Now it's Stallion taking the free kick. We've got Shihab and Peña. Sets it up. Peña giving it back to Shihab. Cross in the box, clears it away. Saud, but Stallion again. Peña. Back to Diallo. Diallo, Peña. Goes outside. Bola ng Tuloy. Now it's a ball for Stallion.
Now this will most probably be the last play of this game. Stallion already securing it. In order for them to get those 3 points.
Shihab. And with that, that marks the end of this match for today. Tuloy FC 0, Stallion Laguna FC 2 because of Tarek Shihab, player number 7, and Arnold Chamgue, player number 28.
2 substitutes for Stallion make a difference in that second half. It was a valiant effort from Tuloy FC all around. There's a lot of growth for this young squad, but Stallion Laguna, again, making the substitutions at the right time, relentless on the attack, eventually rewarded. They get the win, they secure the 3 points, and they start on their journey to the top 6 for the side of Stallion Laguna. Their first win in the tournament so far. And that was the first goal from Tariq Shihab. Diallo connecting with Shihab. Just blasts it towards Antilio, but it was too strong. Antilio couldn't get his full hands to it. Galiana with a cross there. To Diallo, hits the post. So chance after chance in the second half. Stallion continued to pounce. Galiana again with a cutback pass. Fell for Vasquez, who takes a shot directly at Antilio. Despite the 2 goals that was let in, Antilio did fantastic work at the back for the side of Tuloy. It could have been much more than this. But Antilio has been spot on as well as with that back line of Tuloy FC. One of the closest that we've seen so far for the side of Tuloy in that game. But eventually, defensive duty standing strong for the side of Stallion Laguna. They get their first clean sheet today. This was Macmillan connecting with Chamgue. Absolute fantastic work from the Stallion players. The right back making the run up on top. And Chamgue with quick speed there to make sure that that goes in the back of the net to make it a 2-0. Secured victory for the side of Stallion Laguna against Tuloy.
Again, to everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been the Philippines Football League 2025 to 2026. Make sure to follow us on all our socials. We are PFL. I've been your commentator, Alex Agman, and I am accompanied by Natasha Alquiros Deto. Thank you all so much. Good evening, and see you all next week.
Mas lamang po sila sa amin at matatangkad po sila. Pero ginagawa po namin yung best namin para manalo sa game na to. Pero may isang team lang po talaga na mananalo. Ito po.